Hello everyone, it's Thunderbob here, and I want to test out a couple of new things with CoinOps. This is running from my computer through ArcadeNet Link. I've already got it set up. I've got the camera here just to show that it really is running on the cabinet. Um, One cool thing is I recently found a new add-on that I had not seen before, which is for Wii U games that runs on CEMU emulator, which I have a little bit of experience with, not a lot. And surprisingly, right out of the box without much editing, some of the games actually work pretty well. Some of them I have to go in and actually fiddle around with them. But I found that Mario Kart 8 runs quite well actually.
Mario Kart 8!
And if you're worried, I do own most of these on the Wii U. Like, I own Mario Kart 8, I own Breath of the Wild, I own... Oh, let's go for the fast one. Luigi. Pretty much all the games I might try, I actually own. Really, the only reason I'm doing an emulator is because it's the only way, as far as I know, to get the actual control deck to work with like a Wii U game or a Switch game or something. So the performance is pretty good. It seems to be compiling shaders because I just started the emulator. I think when that's done, the couple of small performance issues I'm having will be gone. So like this game doesn't use the second stick. Any game that uses the second stick you're probably going to have some problems with. I am decent at Mario Kart, but I've never played it with a joystick like this. This is not probably the optimal way to play it. By default, B is accelerator, C is your hop, so like you can do your blue sparks on your turns. Z seems to be your horn, and also like your use button. I'm playing really badly. Y is the reverse camera, and X and A don't seem to do anything. I'm not sure if it's just in the game they're not set up to do anything, or I have to look at what they're actually programmed for. I am playing horribly right now. At least I'm in third, I couldn't be doing that bad. Ugh. I haven't played this in some amount of time. Me and my wife used to play this like every night for a couple of years. Yeah, get out of here. I need those blue sparks. It's kind of hard to do, like, you hop into a turn, but it's just a little harder to do with the joystick without kind of the experience. Second place, I can do this. I did try Breath of the Wild also, and unfortunately the controls are not very good with a single stick. Like, you don't have any camera controls. You really need both sticks plus the D-pad, and I'm not gonna win. Both sticks plus the D-pad to control it, if you think about it, because in Breath of the Wild you've got left stick is your movement, right stick is your camera, the D-pad is your abilities, so I cannot figure out how to do that unless you're like using both joysticks and just moving all over the place. It's just not going to be a good experience. I might try that Donkey Kong. I've got a decent computer, except for the CPU. It's running a 3770K, but it's overclocked to about 4.4 gigahertz, so it's pretty overclocked. Is it starting? There it goes. Oh, you do have to be in game mode for the controls to work. Start a new game. And anything that requires the pad like your gamepad and the screen, like on the Wii U, is not going to work right. Let's try that. I might need to change it. I also own this on the actual Wii U, so if you're worried about it, I'm not pirating it. Like, I do own it. See, it's compiling shaders. Usually the first time you run a game, the performance is kind of bad because it's... Okay, so that's X and Y actually is X and Y on here. Now let's see, moment of truth. Oh, it's working. Okay, so that's the stomp. And I think those performance issues will end once the shaders are all compiled. The first time you launch these games, they're always kind of hitchy, because that is not very playable. I wish you could like pre-cache them. What's that? X and Y. Okay, that's your swim. I remember the Wii version, you had to like waggle the remote. It was super annoying, almost made me give up on it. But I think they learned their lesson, and the gamepad, you know, they can't... If you can play with the gamepad, you have to be able to play without waggle. I can remember some of those later stages were just impossibly hard. And then, like, you had to time these impossible jumps, and then the way you did your roll was to waggle the controller. So you had to, like, do this jump, and then at the end of your jump you had to waggle, and sometimes it just did not work. It was, the one bad choice they made on that game. Okay, so there's my roll. Come on, shaders. What's this say? Oh. What is ZL and ZR? Is that not set up, maybe? I can go into the menu. No. I think I might be stuck at this point. So if we can figure out the controls, I think this will work. I think ZL, ZR just by default are not set up. Maybe I can change them in here. Kind of annoying that they got 2 buttons for every single thing. If you just use the buttons like more efficiently, I could actually do this. Because now I'm gonna have to go into the CMU settings. Oh, I can change things. Well, it's going to take me longer to go in and mess with the controls, I think. But it works reasonably well. It seems like it's done caching now, and it's actually, performance is fine. If I can work out the controls, this would be playable. It's not perfect, but it works. I think Mario Kart is maybe the best of these games I've tried so far. Mario 3D World. What about some of the old school ones? Super Mario, New Super Mario. Yeah. I don't think I ever played this one. I played the Wii one, but not the Wii U one, which I do own. I've literally bought my wife like every single Mario game, even though she hardly ever plays them.
Oh yeah.
I would suggest if it asks you to use the gamepad, because I think that's how it's all configured by default. Let's go. Okay, so you got your spin. Oh, shaders, stop compiling. Okay, I should be able to pick that guy up, but again, I don't have ZR set up. Yoshi! Yoshi's my favorite. Some of these games are probably, there's just going to be too many buttons to reasonably do with... Oh jeez. Okay, so that's the run button. I'm just going to abandon Yoshi. Yeah, it's not quite set up optimally here, but you could probably get this game running pretty well. Oh, yep. Gotta go back to the castle. Yeah, and if like these controls are not quite set up, your run button is basically X by default, but it's kind of awkward when your jump button is B. So I'm holding X, like that's usually how I play Mario, is just running all the time. But then jump, so I got my fingers in a rather awkward position. Oh, this shaders. Try bones. Ooh, secret. So probably not the best way you could play Mario, but it's great that you can try it. I would never have thought this was possible, because I know like you hook up your Wii or your Wii U, you have to use like an external controller. I don't think you can use the actual Legends Ultimate for controls at that point. So like the only reasonable way to get this working is through emulation. Not that I condone pirating of, you know, new games. Like 15-year-old Abandonware is one thing, but brand new games a little more questionable. But I do own these games. I don't feel so bad about it. Alright, that's enough of Mario. Sonic Transform. I've got this on the PC actually. I could probably just stream it from Steam. These are kind of cool. They're like little short, like has you play like 30 seconds of an old NES classic, um, and then it jumps to another game and another game. They're pretty cool experiences. I don't have a lot on here actually. This was like 100 gigs, so 100 gigs got me 20 or so Wii U games. Wii U games actually started to get a bit more sizable. Those are on those DVDs or those Blu-rays? I think those had to be Blu-rays or something similar. I'll just show you Breath of the Wild, and I can get it running. I was having some trouble getting the controls right. Maybe the caching's done on this one because I ran it earlier. Yeah, so I'm gonna try this real quick and just see if I can fix it. So just as an example for fixing the controls, if you need to, you can go to Options, Input Settings, and then you get this. And I already set up the left stick to do up, down, left, right. And I think the problem is the D-pad is set for the same thing right now. So when I try to move up, down, left, right, it's also activating the D-pad. But when I tried to change this before, like, see, it won't let me assign any of this side in this screen for whatever reason. Blow mic. I forget there was even a button for that. I don't know. I'm gonna hit something on the keyboard. So I guess maybe I can do this. I'm gonna go to my keyboard. I'm gonna hit up, down, left, right. Okay. Maybe that'll get it working. Let's try full screen. Hey, I can move around now. Can I make this full screen though? Maybe, is it F11? I don't know. Hit escape again. No, full screen. Okay. That's better. Let's get that mouse out of the way. Carry any more weapons. Ooh. Performance here is sluggish. So, negative number one. I can't control the I can't control the camera, even though I know I can move around. And I think the performance is probably due to my processor. I've got like I said, a 3770. It's overclocked pretty far, but it's also a 6 or 8 year old processor. I'm going to be upgrading in the next couple of months. I'm just waiting for the new GPUs to drop. I kind of want to see what my options are. Probably get for the processor, like a 10,700K, and then maybe like a 3070 if it's reasonably priced and powerful enough. I'd really love a 3080, but I'm hearing like some just astronomical prices, and I cannot justify that. I've actually beaten this completely on the... Ooh, I don't want to throw that. No, no, cancel. No! It's a cool sword. I have played through and beaten this on the Wii U. I don't own a Switch yet. I'm trying to get one for the wife, but they are hard to come by right now. I don't know if you know that. But, so this is pretty much impossible without camera controls. You can't bring up, like I can move all the way over here and press left, right, up, down to do like those controls if I wanted to change shields or whatever, weapons. But that is just not a fun experience. Performance is bound by my computer. Like, you can run this at 60 frames per second. I've seen people do it, so I'm pretty sure this is my CPU, or the fact that it's still compiling shaders. But technically speaking, you can run Breath of the Wild here if you could somehow figure out how to do this with a single stick, no D-pad. I still don't know if you'd want to do it. Like, I mostly use the arcade for like shorter experiences. I want to play through like an old beat 'em up game, or maybe like Streets of Rage 4 would be like a modern game I'd probably play on here. Maybe some fighting games. I'd play Mortal Kombat or Soul Calibur. I've got most of those if I have some friends over. You know, those would be worth playing. But I'm probably not going to play like a 30 or 50 hour giant RPG sitting here. I'm going to sit in my computer chair, or I'm going to sit on my couch and play those on my television or my ultra-wide monitor. This is really for like arcade experiences, but I just wanted to see if this was possible. And for my experimenting, probably the best reason to check out Cemu so far is Mario Kart. There's probably some others like Mario and Donkey Kong. If you fiddle with the controls, they'll work fine. But I don't know if this is gonna be worth it. Even if the performance was perfect, it's just the controls aren't there for it. I think I'm gonna sign off here. I've got some other Legends Ultimate content coming. I think I'm gonna put together a video of my favorite of the built-in games, maybe like a top 10 or a top 20. I know that the games are going to be changing with the new version, but I wanted to get out my favorites from the old machine before it is kind of obsoleted. So keep an eye out for that. If you like my video here, feel free to give me a subscription. I'm not monetized. None of this has got ads on it. It's really, you know, just for fun. It lets me know that people are watching, that I should keep making videos. And if you've got anything you want to see from CoinOps or otherwise, just let me know. Leave a comment below. Thanks for watching. Have a great night.